Welcome. In this video I want to take a look at how much money I've saved by replacing a 100 watt incandescent bulb with a 100 watt LED equivalent. So this is a Philips bulb and I bought this on July 13th, 2013, so it's a little over 7 years ago. And this takes 22 watts of power. Oops, hope I didn't break it there. 22 watts. It's 2700K, 200 milliamps. And this one is 1780 lumens. So typically a 100 watt bulb would be about 1600 lumens. So this is a little bit brighter. And this was $58.27 when I bought it. And that includes tax and maybe shipping. I don't think there was shipping. I think it was just tax on there. So this was a pretty expensive bulb. And this is probably one of my favorite LED bulbs. It kind of looks like a space capsule type thing. It's got a neat look to it. This does get pretty hot. It has all these fins on here to cool it. Now if you go buy a 100 watt equivalent bulb today, typically they're maybe 1600 lumens, some are 1500 lumens. I've seen them down to 14 watts. In my quick search I did, there might be some different ones, but and they're about $5 you can get them from Philips. But the ranges are all over the place depending on what the features you want, and you can get smart bulbs and things like that. This is just a regular LED bulb. And I actually have two of these bulbs. One of them gets used more than the other, but they do both get used quite a bit. So I'm going to switch over to my computer now and we'll take a look at the numbers. Okay, so I have the date I ordered this was July 13th, 2013, and I probably started using it a couple days after that. The total was $58.27. Today's date is October 9th, 2020, and I've had this 2,645 days. So I guess that I use this around 6 hours a day. So that's going to vary. In the summertime, it may not be on as much. In the wintertime, it may be on more. I'm guessing I have it on more than 6 hours a day, but I wanted to be a little conservative with my estimate. And then I have the price per kilowatt hour is I have 0.1. I think I actually pay 9 cents as opposed to 10. Well, maybe I'll switch this to, let's see, 0.09. That'll give me a little bit more accurate number. So I have the two bulb types here. I have LED and incandescent, and this LED takes 22 watts and the incandescent takes 100, and this is the watt hours. So what I did here is I took the number of watts times hours per day times number of days, and I did that for both. And then we have kilowatt hours, so I divided this number by 1000. So for the LED, we had 349 kilowatt hours, and the incandescent bulb we had 1,587 kilowatt hours. And I took this number times the price per kilowatt, and that gives me the cost to operate. So the cost to operate the LED bulb over these 7 years was $31.42. The cost to operate an incandescent over that same period of time would have cost $142.83. So the difference here is $111. If I subtract the price of the bulb, I've saved $53.14. So this isn't perfect, obviously. I don't know exactly how many hours a day I've used it, so I can get a couple more numbers here. Let me take the number of days times the hours per day. So we've had 15,870 hours. So I don't have factored in here the price of incandescent bulbs. So an incandescent bulb might last 1,000 hours. So we had 15,870 hours. So we would have to buy 16 incandescent bulbs. And I actually haven't bought one in a long time. I don't know what they cost. So say they're even $1 a piece, then that'd be $16. That's another thing to consider, is the price of that. Another thing to consider is that I could have waited a year and bought an LED for cheaper because the prices did drop. You know, I paid $58. I know a short time after you could get them for like $20, and now they're a lot cheaper. If we go in here and take this and change it to $5 and then drop the watts here to, I think I saw one that takes 14 watts. So here your savings is $117. So this is my estimate as of today, but these bulbs are still working. So if these bulbs last 20 years, the savings will, go up even higher. So I thought this was an interesting calculation to share, although it's kind of pointless nowadays because LED bulbs are so cheap, you don't really have to calculate how long it's going to take you to pay it back because it'll pay itself back so much quicker now, and they're so much cheaper. And you can buy big packs of them for next to nothing. You can buy like a 4-pack for $20. There's probably even cheaper deals out there. So if you're still holding on to incandescent, I would check out LED bulbs. I do like to go with Philips and some of the other name brand bulbs. I've mostly stayed away from the cheaper bulbs. So if you're at the store looking for bulbs, check out the CRI. It should be listed on the bulb. It's the color rendering index, and it might say like 87 or 92 or something like that. And that is how close it is to natural sunlight. So you want a higher number is going to give you better color accuracy. So that's something to look for, and you'll usually pay a higher amount of money for the higher CRI. So if you're looking between a couple different bulbs, check out that number. And then also you want to look at if you want like daylight or the warm bulbs. I get the 2700K bulbs. Some people like the more blue bulbs, but it depends on what your preference is. I think I use 3000K bulbs in my shop. They're a little bit more blue. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.